Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yeah, good afternoon. So, as usual, I'm asking you, have you started? I hope, I mean, I've like joined late purposefully. So, have you completed the revision of the first part at least, data input stream, data output stream? Completed it so far? Okay. So, are you into the revision of serialization, deserialization? You need more time? Okay, so continue with that revision. And yeah, that is fine, Shubham. So around 5 o'clock at least, or 4:50, 45 or 4:50, I would like to get certain things done from you. So before that, you continue with the revision. Anything, whatever we have said from day one to today, whatever is not clear, anytime ask questions. Continue.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, Pushkaraj?
Yes, ma'am. Can I share my screen?
Yes, of course. Tell me, show me.
Yes, ma'am. I got this exception, invalid class.
Yeah, that is where we had stopped at. This is the problem we have yet to solve.
Actually, ma'am, I solved this error. Using.
No, let's not discuss this. Pushkaraj, wait. I have to explain this problem with everyone.
Okay, ma'am.
So
Okay.
remove. Let's not talk about it. Once the revision, everyone's revision is done, I'll discuss the I'll discuss the concept of a serial version unique ID, and then we'll solve it together. That time you can ask.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
So other than that, if you have anything, this is pending topic, na? So I don't want to start right now.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Other than that, if you have any questions, please ask.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, then you can stop sharing.
Yes, ma'am.
We'll come to that later.
Yeah. Hello, ma'am. Hello.
Yeah, anyone else wants to share?
No, ma'am, I'm not getting that exception. Instead, I'm getting the null value, manufacturing date. Can I share?
Yeah, share. Are you sharing?
Yes, ma'am. Just.
Okay.
Visible?
Not yet. It says started. Yeah, now it is visible. Yeah.
So I'm getting this output.
You have done it in the wrong manner. I will tell you the steps. Do it right. Do it in the proper manner. Go to serialization projects, day 19.2. You can first say this one, Mohan.
Yes.
Close all. Control Shift W. Okay. Now go to show me two projects, whichever you want to test. So one I want for serialization, one for deserialization. Which ones you want? In 19.2 class, ये वाला करेंगे?
Yes.
Okay, fine. So now run the show me product.java, please. Okay. It has got transient. Fine. Now run the store product details.java. Wait a second. So, okay, abort it, abort. Okay, now what you do is delete the jar file first.
Jar file from
jar, not
okay.
SCR. SCR नहीं. That dependencies का jar बनाया था ना, that
Yes,
jar
yes.
file, please. I'm not saying that. No. I did not tell you to remove it. Go to the file structure
Okay.
and delete it actually. This one? Okay, so delete it.
Save open.
It is open in that this thing. You have opened it in this. Okay, I'll tell you the steps more. You can try them. I'll tell you why you are not getting that error, because after making the changes, you have once again created the jar. I did not want you to create the jar once again. So I'll give you the instructions. What you'll have to do is you'll have to close the IDE and then only it will allow you. So listen to the instructions, huh? So first go to product.java, make it
Product.
as this one, product.java.
Yes.
Make it, remove that transient thing. I want to force the error of that incompatible serial version unique ID. That was the whole effort. Save it and run the serializer.
Serialize. Okay, 19.3.
19.2, no, serializer.
Okay.
Serializer is store product details, na?
Yes.
Create some file. Okay. Now, see, so now what you have got is products.acr and local date is non-transient. Okay. So now you are not able to delete the jar. So I'm giving you the steps. So copy this under 19.3. Or okay, एक second. Don't copy. First, let us create the jar. Create the jar once again. Right click. Yeah, com app core. Yes. Export. This thing. Yeah, say next. Let this be saved. Finish. Yeah. Yeah, I can say finish. It will ask you, yes, say yes. Do you want to overwrite it? Say yes. Okay. Yeah. So now, yeah. So show me, right click on day 19.3. 19.3, right click, build path, configure build path. I just want to see dependency. Fine. Say apply and close. No, it's fine. Say apply and close. Okay. So now see this, understand the point. This I'm going to explain it to everyone. But now what you have got is, you have supplied the jar where the local date was not transient. Okay? So now go to, so this is fine. Now go to again 19.2 and product, make that transient. Open, it is open right here. Yeah, open and make the transient. Yeah, save it and run the serializer, I said again. Okay, just show me products.acr. Double click on that products.acr and let me see, there should not be any local date information. Can you see any local date information? There's nothing, right? Confirm it once.
No.
There's nothing. Okay, fine. Now copy this products.acr, Control C, Control V, under 19.3. Yes.
Yes.
Copy
Now
it.
I run this.
Okay. एक second. Have you copied it?
Yes,
Did you
yes, I
copy?
copied.
Okay, now run the restore utility. This is what was the problem. This is what you are not done it properly. So
Yes,
now
yes.
you are at the same level at everyone. So now let everyone's revision get over and I'll explain this problem. Okay? You can stop
Thank
sharing the screen. Anyone else wants to share the screen? Okay, anyway, you take your time. You need any help? Involve me.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, Nilesh.
Rohit, ma'am, this is.
Oh, I am looking at Nilesh's screen.
Okay, let him complete.
One at a time. Who wants to ask question? Decide. This one, Rohit, wait a second. Nilesh has already shared a screen. I'm looking at his problem and then I'll come to you. Yes, Nilesh, tell me. बोल.
Ma'am, how come this flag will turn false, ma'am?
It will never turn false. While true, how can it turn false? So
I mean, how will it enter into this loop? Catch block. Hello, hello.
लॅग झाली.
Hello.
अरे लॅग झाली, थांब ना.
Ma'am, you are muted.
yeah. So
Hello.
tell me.
Yes,
I was
ma'am.
asking you a question. When will the control come out of this while? Okay, let me ask you simply. While true, if I'm using while true loop, is it indefinitely running loop, Nilesh? Respond yes.
This loop will break when this when there is when this is false, ma'am, right? Hello. Hello.
I'm sorry, I think I'm having some issues with my net connection. So let me try to ask you again. Nilesh, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I was asking you, when you have this any loop such as while true, is it possible that the control will ever come out?
Yes. When this flag will turn false, then
अरे तो फ्लॅग ट्रू आहे, तो फ्लॅग कुठे आहे? तो ट्रू कंडिशन आहे. ट्रू कंडिशन हे कधी फॉल्स होऊ शकते का?
नाही.
नाही. म्हणजे मग तू म्हणतोस ते चुकीचं आहे. सो थिंक आउट ऑफ बॉक्स अँड टेल मी when can control come outside this while loop? Focus on line number 57 to 63. Which is the only way the control can come outside? Yeah, Sushant, I want him to understand. जर एक्सेप्शन आलं तुला, जर त्या व्हाईल ब्लॉक मध्ये एक्सेप्शन आलं, तर व्हाईल ब्लॉक अबॉर्ट होईल का नाही?
Yes.
मग दॅट इज द थिंग विच इज हॅपनिंग. आपण प्रोडक्ट्स, so how many products we are adding to the shop, we don't know. So I have just kept a counter of while true. Anytime the data is over, data is read, I mean the entire file, entire end of stream is done, that is all the products from the binary file are read, which is the exception you will get on line number 58. कोणतं एक्सेप्शन येईल तुला लाईन नंबर 58 निलेश? 58 जेव्हा सगळे रेकॉर्ड्स वाचून झालेले असतील तेव्हा तुला आणि यू आर ट्राइंग टू राईट समथिंग विच इज बियॉन्ड द एंड ऑफ द फाईल, कोणतं एक्सेप्शन येईल? नाही तिथे वाच ना, थोडे कष्ट घे, थोडं वाच, कुठला एक्सेप्शन येईल. यू आर ट्राइंग टू रीड द डेटा बियॉन्ड द एंड ऑफ द फाईल.
End of file. End of file.
मग तेच तर कॅच केलेलं आहे. म्हणजे
Okay.
जेव्हा डेटा रेड इज ओव्हर, दॅट टाइम युअर व्हाईल लूप विल बी ओव्हर अँड ऑटोमॅटिकली कंट्रोल विल कम टू लाईन नंबर 65. ते नको काढून टाकतो पॉपअप. ते लिहिलेलं आहे लाईन नंबर 65. लाईन नंबर 65 निलेश.
Yes, ma'am. Clear,
हा.
ma'am.
तर 65 मध्ये कॅच केलंय बघा आपण ते एक्सेप्शन. तर तिथे कंट्रोल कधी येईल? व्हेन ऑल द रेकॉर्ड्स आर रेड. जेव्हा सगळे प्रॉडक्ट्स तुझे वाचून होतील फ्रॉम दॅट बायनरी फाईल, फ्रॉम दॅट बफर ऑर वॉट एव्हर, द कंट्रोल विल कम टू लाईन नंबर 65. तिथे आपण मेसेज देतो डेटा रीडिंग पार्ट इज ओव्हर अँड यू आर रिटर्निंग दॅट पॉप्युलेटेड मॅप टू द कॉलर. समजलं मी काय बोलले ते?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
तू असं म्हणू नकोस चुकीचं की ट्रू फ्लॅग फॉल्स होईल. कसा ट्रू फ्लॅग? ट्रू फ्लॅग कॅन नेव्हर बिकम फॉल्स. ट्रू ही कंडिशन आहे, ही काही फ्लॅग नाही टाकलेला. आपण असं म्हणतोय का की व्हाईल नॉट एक्झिट? वी आर नॉट सेइंग दॅट. वी आर सेइंग व्हाईल ट्रू. So how can true condition become false? Never. So the only trigger is exception, and that exception I'm catching or we are catching to indicate the end of file. कळलं?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Continue. Yes, Rohit, you wanted to ask something? Or
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, you want to share screen? Can I?
Nahi.
Okay, then
Ma'am,
let me share. Ek second, let me
हाँ,
keep sharing my screen. Wait. Yeah, tell me. बोल.
डेटा राईट केला होता ना आपण फर्स्ट 19.1 मध्ये.
एक
Out
मिनिट
dot
थांबा.
right.
I'll just open. Wait.
Okay,
मी
okay.
अख्खा फुल शेअर स्क्रीन करते. If you are asking me about the last exception, invalid class exception, me I'm not answering कारण तो अजून सुरू आपण केलेलं नाहीये. That I'm
No,
going to
ma'am.
discuss it.
19.1.
19.1 मध्ये सिरियलायझेशन नव्हतं. हा ठीक आहे. बोल. हा काय उघडू त्यातलं सांग मला.
ह्याच्यामध्ये टेस्टर
स्टोर डिटेल्स
स्टोर डिटेल्स. याच्यामध्ये तुम्ही बोलला होता ना की आपण एक सेपरेट ऑब्जेक्ट करून पण आउट डॉट राईट इंड वगैरे सगळे लिहू शकतो.
नाही परत बोल. काय मला कळलं नाही काय बोललास फक्त लास्ट वाक्य.
ओके 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 एक मिनिट. डेटा आपण राईट केलाय ना मॅप करून फॉर इच मध्ये, मॅप मध्ये फॉर इच करून.
हे बघ एक मिनिट. हे बघ तू नीट आधी स्वतःच अशी समजून घे. स्टोअर प्रोडक्ट डिटेल्स ह्या मेथड मध्ये आधी गेला पाहिजे. मला तू
हा
टेस्टर उघडायला
एक्झॅक्टली.
सांगू
सॉरी
नकोस
मॅम,
ना.
सॉरी
हा
मॅम.
मग इथे जायचं
हा हा.
आणि इथे आपण मॅपचा डेटा राईट केलाय. आता विचार काय विचारायचं.
तर तुम्ही बोलला होता की तो आपण दुसऱ्याकडे लिहून परत इकडे सिम्पली कॉल करू शकतो. तर
म्हणजे
ते
मी
एकदा
काय
शो
म्हटलं
करता का?
होतं, मी काय म्हटलं होतं, हे जे कोड आहे हे कॉम्प्लेक्स आहे ना लॅम्बडा एक्सप्रेशन मध्ये. That can be refactored into the method and that method can be called from the lambda expression. एवढंच म्हटलं होतं मी.
आणि मग त्यावेळी एरर नाही ना हँडल करायला लागणार.
म्हणजे एक्सेप्शन म्हणायचंय का
हा
तुला?
एक्सेप्शन. सॉरी
एक्सेप्शन नाही. जर तू मेथड लेवलला हँडल केलंस एक्सेप्शन तर तुला लॅम्बडा मध्ये करायला नाही लागणार. समजलं? नाही समजलं?
समजलं.
म्हणजे ते एवढंच फक्त ऍडव्हान्टेज आहे. तर आता आय वुड से म्हणजे आय कॅन डू इट फॉर यू, दॅट इज नॉट अ इश्यू. पण आता फोकस सिरियलायझेशन डिसिरियलायझेशनच्या रिव्हिजन मध्ये दे. पॅरलली मी आय टेक युअर रिक्वेस्ट, आय विल रिफॅक्टर इट आणि मग मी शेअर करते कोड परत. ठीक आहे?
ओके
ओके. आय डू इट, आय वर्क ऑन इट राईट अवे, बट यू कंटिन्यू विथ युअर ओन रिव्हिजन.
येस मॅम.
ओके.
Hello, ma'am.
एक second. I'm in the middle of refactoring the code. Just give me 2 minutes. I'll get back to you. Static void. Right. I can see here. Okay, just give me a second. This one, Rohit, are you all still on the call?
येस मॅम.
हे मी म्हणत होते, पाहिलंस का? I just
पाहिलं.
asked you to refactor the method, not you, just generally I was saying, if you want to again simplify the lambda expression, आता बघ, lambda expression is still one liner, simple. So you can refactor the whole code in the method and call that method from the lambda expression was what I was suggesting. But that's not such an important thing. Important concepts of today, more important ones are serialization and deserialization. So continue. Okay, next one. Somebody was trying to ask me a question. Yes, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Kunal,
हॅलो
बोल.
मॅम.
Yeah, tell me.
सिरियलायझेबल तुम्ही इम्प्लिमेंट करण्याच्या आधी जे सांगितलेलं ते एकदा रिपीट कराल का? माझं नेटवर्क गेलेलं त्यावेळेस.
Yeah, sure. Of course. So let me open that. 19.2 मध्ये. Product.java. Let's remove this. And best is, you see a problem and you understand it properly. So now my product class is not serializable. Whether it is transient or not doesn't matter really. So let this be. Let me remove it and make it in a initial manner. So Ata, if you are trying to run store product details, tell me. I'll give some file name. So once I click enter, what do you think will happen? Exception or will it work? Exception येणार आहे. And this is what was, I think you missed because of your network connection problem. So what I said was, JVM checks the serializability of the, Shubham, I'm in the middle of statement, so you'll have to be waiting for a while. Wait. So JVM checks the serializability of the entire object graph. म्हणजे काय? So at this level, you can trust the code. These are all internal classes. You should see the serial IO util store product details. Apla code. So you can click on this and you can check that you are getting this error, not serializable error on this particular line. ठीक है? कुणाल इथपर्यंत समजलं?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now what is happening internally is whenever you call this method write object, serialization is a process which will work for all the objects in that graph, or even if JVM comes across any object which is not serializable, entire serialization will abort. So now you start in the same manner as JVM. तर आता इथे मॅपचा डेटा टाइप काय आहे? I mean the variables outermost याचं काय आहे? Hash map. Hash map has implemented serializable, so that passes. Map is consisting of key and a value. Key integer है. Integer is serializable, so that is also fine. So till this, the graph is, I mean the conversion works. But the moment it came to the value type, when we had not implemented serializable, is product node serializable or not serializable currently? Not serializable. And like I said, serialization is like your transaction, database transaction. So either all the object graphs, entire object will get converted into binary or nothing. So anytime JVM comes across any non-serializable object, it will abort the entire process, throwing you the exception, not serializable exception. समजलं कुणाल?
Yes, ma'am. म्हणजे सगळे झाले तरच पास होईल, नाहीतर एक पण नाही पास
it is all or nothing. आपण database transaction मध्ये कसं म्हणतो? Suppose you write a transaction, database transaction having 10 SQL queries. So out of that, suppose 5 SQL queries worked and 6 SQL query did not work. So then in that case, will you commit the transaction or will you roll back the transaction?
Roll back.
Roll back. Exactly same. So serialization is like a transaction, all or nothing. That way.
Yes, ma'am. Got it, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, sure. This one, Shubham. Yes, you're asking question.
मॅम जस्ट रेस केला होता and असं मधात बोलायचं नव्हतं.
हा बोल ना. आता बोल ना.
हा ठीक. शेअर
कसं होतं ना, I feel distracted. Yes, tell me.
करतो मॅम, शेअर स्क्रीन करतो थोडं.
करायचं तुला शेअर स्क्रीन? ओके. हा बोल ना. दाखव.
मॅम आता ही जे रिस्टोर्ड जे 19.3 जो पार्ट होता ना, मी करून पाहत होतो त्याच्यात मॅम एक वेगळाच एरर येतो. हेड करप्ट स्ट्रीम असं काहीतरी होत आहे.
हा, तर तू ते काय मी तुला सांगते, स्टेप्स सांगते. तू कर मग मी तुला सांगते. Stream corrupted, yes, stream corrupted exception.
Yes.
This error typically comes when the binary files are not created. मी तुला स्टेप्स सांगते तसं तसं करत जा. तू सिरियलायझेशनच्या प्रोजेक्ट मध्ये जा.
येस, इथे हे मॅडम मी
तिथून
इथे
तिथे
केलेली आहे.
डिलीट कर. मी तुला सांगते तसं करतोस का? डिलीट कर ती product.scr. आता मला product.java ओपन कर. तिथे ते ट्रान्झिएंट टाकलंय का नाही टाकलंय सध्या?
मॅम पहिल्याच याच्यात होतं.
ट्रान्झिएंट नाहीये. ठीक आहे, that's okay, that's fine.
Yes.
आता रन द सिरियलायझर म्हणजे एक मिनिट. डे 19 माय कोड मध्ये स्टोअर डेटा आणि नाही शुभम, तू बेसिकच मिस्टेक करतोयस. मी तुम्हाला सांगितलं होतं 2 वेगळे प्रोजेक्ट्स बनवा. एक सिरियलायझेशनचा वेगळा आणि डिसिरियलायझेशनचा वेगळा. तर तुझं रिस्टोर अँड स्टोअर एकाच ह्याच्यात कसं चालेल?
ओके.
समजतंय मी काय म्हणते
येस
ते?
येस येस.
You also
सेपरेट
just
आउट.
refer to आणि मग तुला ते सगळं टेस्ट करता येईल.
ओके.
एनिवे, आता तू कर. आता दॅट इज ओके. आता तू फक्त
Okay.
स्टोअर डेटा रन कर. हा, रन कर. प्रोडक्ट काय तुझे product.scr किंवा काय जे दिलंस ते. ओके, आता रिस्टोर डेटा रन कर. तिथेच आहे खरं तर, ते तिथे नको आहे आपल्याला, तिथे ते सेपरेट प्रोजेक्ट मध्ये हवंय. पण राईट नाव लेट मी सी. रन कर ते रिस्टोर डेटा.
रिफ्रेश
नाही,
नाही.
नाही, त्याच ह्याच्यात आहे ना. आता तू एकाच ह्याच्यात ठेवल्यास म्हटल्यावर काय? रन कर ते.
सेम नेम देऊन मॅडम आता हे
हो,
restore
अर्थातच,
साठी.
कारण तीच फाईल नाही तीच फाईल आहे ना तुला रीड
Yes,
करायची
yes.
आहे. ओके, सो तुझं कुठेतरी ना ते डेटा फाईल मध्ये करप्ट झाली असतं म्हणून तुला येतंय. आता
Okay.
येतंय बघ हे सगळं.
हो.
पण दॅट वॉज नॉट अवर दिस थिंग टेस्टिंग सिनारिओ. मी स्पेसिफिकली सांगितलं होतं तुम्हाला एक सिरियलायझेशनचा प्रोजेक्ट
Okay.
आणि एक डिसिरियलायझेशनचा. देन यू कॅन
Okay.
अंडरस्टँड की व्हॉट आर द प्रीरेक्विजिट्स ऑफ डिसिरियलायझेशन, क्लास नॉट फाउंड एक्सेप्शन, ते
Okay.
सगळं टेस्ट करता येण्यासाठी.
मॅम एक सेपरेट आउट करून एक फाईल पूर्ण बायनरीची बनवतो.
हा,
मग
आता
ते
राहू दे,
होईल.
आता तू
हा,
कंटिन्यू कर.
ठीक आहे.
एनिवे अराउंड 5 o'clock आय एम गोइंग टू गिव्ह इन्स्ट्रक्शन्स. दॅट टाइम यू फॉलो. ठीक आहे?
ओके ओके. थँक्यू मॅम.
ओके, आता तू रिव्हिजन कंटिन्यू कर तुझी.
येस येस.
Anybody else wants to share screen?
मॅम हॅलो
Yes, Rohit.
मॅम, एक बेसिक डाऊट आहे अजून.
एक 2च मिनिटं. आय जस्ट कॉल यू इन अ मिनिट. मी फक्त एक लॅब असाइनमेंट बघतेय. आय टॉक टू यू इन अ मिनिट. Guys, tell me, have I given you any library or book related project so far? Any assignment? Library management, issuing books. Have I given you earlier in core Java? No. Okay, so that will be a fresh task for you. Okay, continue. Let me not disturb.
Hello, ma'am.
Just 2 minutes. I'm in the middle of writing an assignment. In 2 minutes, I will talk to you. Just
Yes,
give me that time, please. Yes, guys. People were asking me questions. Yeah, please tell me. Whoever wants to ask question, tell me.
Not getting error which you got at the end.
Okay, Aman. I'll get the sequence done when everyone's thing is done. I just now corrected it for somebody. I don't know. I think Mohan. See, I'll tell you verbally, Aman, the sequence. In
Yes,
short, you are telling me that invalid class exception you are not getting. Is it correct?
yes, ma'am. I'm getting the
Okay. You are not. You are. What is it you are getting? Tell me.
ma'am output single line output.
Local. No, no. Local det null आता होगा, right? That local det value you must have restored it as null. Anyway, I'll stop sharing. Share your screen. I'll tell you. It is because that binary file has not been created properly. Yeah. Oh, manufacturing date. So you're not gone to the transient at all. Okay, so you have set transient, but you have not run the serializer. This one, Aman, run the serializer. Store product details run karo. Which one are you running? Serializer, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Akshata, wait. So I'm in the middle of this. That means invalid. You have done it all wrongly. I'll get it done. Okay, products are stored. Aman, now copy this product.acr. Wait a second. Have you created the jar already?
Yes, ma'am.
You have created, fine. Okay, but that jar could be having this thing earlier. When did you create a jar? Tell me, after making it transient or before?
Mm,
Do you remember?
I imported your file. So
No,
that
in my source there was no jar file. Jar I had created on my D drive.
that already consists of transient, ma'am. That file
Okay.
already contains transient.
So then we'll have to go back.
Hmm.
So go to product.java. This one, Akshata, since you are saying you are getting this, let me repeat the steps for everyone. Guys, I'm talking to all of you. If you are not able to produce invalid class exception, please pay attention here, because just now I corrected it. Corrected means not corrected. I want you to see that error. So I'm not going to repeat all these instructions. So those who want to so I will give the instructions once again to all of you. Lag. Yeah, I know. My net connection is a problem today. Yeah, am I audible
Yes, ma'am.
now? Okay. I said, can you please stop your sharing? I'll give the common instructions to everyone. So everyone will get that error. Okay. So, a second. Huh? I want everyone to see, or rather everyone to force this not serializable exception. So here, first do the cleanup work. Control Shift W, close. Confirm whether you got two separate projects, one where you are doing serialization, one where you are doing deserialization. Has everyone got two separate projects? Can I continue in instructions? Okay, because one of you had created both in same. So don't do that. I think Shubham, I don't remember. I could be taking a wrong name. So here, now go to the folder file structure and delete that jar. We're going to do everything from scratch. So product, I'm deleting that jar. Actually, it gets overwritten, so it's fine. So, but I'm giving the instructions, delete that .jar file. Done? Okay, now go to product.java, and here, this I had done for explaining it to somebody. Just confirm whether your product class has implemented serializable. Product should be serializable. Is it? Because we were playing with a lot of combinations. And now don't make this transient. Let it be non-transient. So tell me, in this case, will local date be stored or will it not be stored? It will be stored. Everyone understands it? So now, here, with this information, see guys, it is not like a magic or anything, or I'm not trying to create some mystery here. See, simple things. If you make some changes from the point of serialization to deserialization, the deserializer will find inconsistency, and that inconsistency triggers into invalid class exception. So that is all I'm trying to simulate. Okay. So now, so I'll tell you again. You have deleted the whatever that jar file. You have made the local date non-transient. Now here I'm saying this thing. Now create the jar. Okay. So right click, export. Everyone knows now how to create a jar. Anyway, those who did not do it earlier can do it right now with me. Choose jar. Don't choose runnable jar. There is no runnable about. I mean, there's no main class we are storing in that. Next it. You can have the same name. You can have change the name. Anything is fine for me. Next it. And simply say finish. It will tell you that it has been created with warnings. Regarding the serializability, there are some warnings. Ignore the warnings. Is the jar created for everyone? Okay. Yes. So now, so this jar, how to put it in the runtime class path? I have done it, but I'm just getting it revised once again. So now go to Deserializer project. Okay, separate project. Right click, build. I have already got it. So, but I'm repeating the instructions. Configure build path. I'm removing it so I can show you from scratch. So click on class path. And here you have a button, add external jar. And then you add this product dependency.jar. Tell me when you have done it. So what we are doing is we are adding this jar file having product, category and all that in the runtime class path of a deserializer. Finish doing it? Okay. So now see, okay, let me ask you a question. So in this jar file, if you open this jar file, you can say reference libraries, product dependencies. Can you tell me in this product.class, the local date is marked as transient or non-transient? Non-transient. Everyone with me? Okay. So now what we are doing is we are purposefully creating an incompatibility. That meaning you'll understand little later. Right now, I'm just getting it done. Because so many of you are saying I'm not seeing this problem for them. Now run your serializer. Oh, sorry. My bad. My mistake. Now make it transient. See it? So you have to create a jar before making this transient. Okay. So you have created the jar. Now make it transient. And now run the serializer. When I say serializer, store. Deserializer, restore. So here, just run this. Give some name. And when you open this product.ser, please open this. And you should confirm once there should not be any local date information there. Check it. Is it there? There should not be, because your JVM, the serialization will only store the state, and state is nothing but non-static, non-transient. Confirm. Have you confirmed? So in this product.ser, you should not see any manufacturing date or that local date information. So that will tell you that, okay, things are fine. Now take this file and paste it under Deserializer project. So Control-C, Control-V. It will ask you because already the earlier version exists. So say yes to override. Done it? Just copy that products.ser under day 19.3. Make it available to Deserializer. You let me know when you have done it. I'll give you the next one, next instruction. You understood, right? What to do? Control-C, click on that. Control-V, click on here. Okay. So now, when you run restore product details, you are understanding, right? Restore product details means deserializer. Run it. You got the products file here. So okay, just run it here and then we'll discuss it. So are you getting class not found exception? Is anyone getting class not found exception? You should not. But you still tell me. Are you getting class not found exception? You are not getting. Why? Because you have placed the jar file containing that product.class and category class. So there is no way you will get class not found. But is it working or is it not working? Are you getting some other exception? 100% you should be getting invalid class exception. Are we getting it all? Tell me, guys. And now if you just step back, you should understand that I have purposefully caused this error. So, and see, I'll just copy these 2-3 lines so that, you can read it peacefully from the notepad. It tells you it tells you, it pinpoints the problem. It is telling you that local class is incompatible. And it is talking about some huge number, serial version unique ID is incompatible. So this is the problem statement where we had stopped. So once you tell me that everyone's revision is over and you have reached this point, just let me know. I will start the further discussion. So are we all on the same page now? Is everyone getting this error? Okay, so you let me know whenever you are ready. I will start with the further discussion. Continue with your revision. If you are done, tell me accordingly. I can start anytime you are ready.
हेलो मैम।
Yeah, tell me.
मैम मेरा डाउट कल के असाइनमेंट में था थोड़ा, कल जो हम लोगों ने लैब
Tell me na, tell me. Which one? Ask me properly, I can this.
मैम कल हम लोगों ने सॉल्व किया था टेक्स्ट फाइल में, डेटा
ये वाला,
इनपुट कर रहे थे हम लोग।
Correct,
हाँ
correct. हाँ.
ये वाला। तो उसमें मैम टेस्टर में फाइल नेम में मैंने नेक्स्ट की जगह बस नेक्स्ट लाइन लिखा हुआ था, तो फाइल नॉट फाउंड एक्सेप्शन।
Of course. You want to share your screen? I will solve it right there. करूँ? Shall I stop share? Do you want to share your screen?
मतलब वो एरर तो सॉल्व हो गया कि नेक्स्ट कर दिया तो एरर चला गया था।
No. I'm saying when you I can solve the error with next line. But unless until you share your screen, how can I help you, Ragini?
अच्छा ओके ओके ओके, यस मैम यस मैम।
I'll first explain what the problem is, and then you yourself can solve the error.
Yes, ma'am. Am I visible, ma'am?
Yeah, it is visible. So now let me have the control. So right now you are saying there is your this thing. Yeah, so now it is again next line. So now see, when you say enter category, user will enter some category. Kiski category? Products, so oil, grain or something, and user presses enter, right?
Okay.
So
Yes,
when you say sc.next here, you are reading what? You are reading only the first string out of it.
Okay, ma'am. वो enter रह जाएगा बफर में.
Right, enter रह जाएगा बफर में. and that is what comes as the new line character and kills it. You understood me?
Next.
So यहाँ पे change it to next line. Just change line number 17 also to next line.
Okay, समझ गया.
Understood, na? You can fix it now. Okay, that is what I was asking you.
Oh, thank you, ma'am.
Sure. Done. Okay, Pranav is saying done. So guys, have you completed your revision? Can we discuss more things? I'll need some time. So let me ask you the opposite question. Does anyone want more time? Does anyone want me to wait further? If anyone wants me to wait, you just have to tell me in the chat and I'll wait. Okay, so nobody's telling me to wait. So let me share the full screen. So as everyone has, I think everyone is now on the same page. Is everyone getting the same exception, invalid class exception? So at least we are at the same level. So now if you step back a little bit and understand, let me ask you, the, let us say this, the product.class, which was used for serialization, is it the same class which is used during deserialization? I think it was a little heavy English. So I'll repeat my question again. Don't go by the tone of the question. I said the product.class which was used during serialization means write object time. Is it the same which is used during the restore object? Is it the same or is it different? Give me more answers. At least a Boolean question. Answer is not the same. There is difference. What is the difference? Anyone? What is the change we have done, which we have not yet incorporated in the other jar? Transient. Now don't say state. Guys, this is a purposeful error to tell you about exceptions, to guard you against exceptions. So here, I'm saying Control-Shift-W, the product.java. Now, currently, I mean, I wanted to start from the basic thing. So here, now let us make it as transient. Where is my transient thing on? Oh, sorry. I was opening the wrong one. My mistake. I'm so sorry. I was wondering where my transient thing went. Okay, so now during serialization, guys, don't get confused. Which was the product class? Okay, the product class which was used has a transient data member manufacturing date. Agreed? Yes or no? Rishikesh, don't go off track. Don't confuse yourself and confuse others. I'm making the statements very easily, very clearly. But after making this change, have we created the jar once again? No. So the jar which is shared with the deserializer, it has that local data as transient or non-transient? Non-transient. So I asked you a question, Rishikesh, I hope you followed me now. The version of the product class which was used during serialization, is it same as that used during deserialization? Answer is no. And that ambiguity, that difference is detected by the JVM, and which is making you throw, or rather which is making it throw invalid class exception. So all this concept revolves around one interesting fact, one interesting feature called as serial version unique ID. So I showed you the error message. If you read the error message carefully, it says that, okay, you got an invalid class exception, but, but JVM gives you the root cause. It is telling you this product class, local class was incompatible. And how was this incompatibility detected? Using a field. This is a long field. This serial version unique ID. Just tell me this much. Is it same as this serial version unique ID? Are these two numbers same or different? An easy question. They are different. So now it is high time for you to understand finally what is that serial version unique ID and all about it. So if you want, you can always, do it the way you want it, but let me refer to my README. Where are we? Here, CDAC. So if you see the serialization in detail, search for Control F, serial version. You can simply say serial version. And I've written a complete note, README on this. So what is serial version unique ID? It is the universal version ID identifier for a serializable class. So let me ask you the question immediately. If your class is not implementing serializable interface, will you have the serial version unique ID or not? Simple, dumb question. Answer is of course not. Only the serializable classes will be associated with serial version unique ID. You got that? So I've given you more. So who is going to use, let me ask you W questions. So first W question is, who is going to generate this serial version unique ID? Answer is Java compiler. So how it generates? It uses, the Java compiler internally uses a tool, a JDK tool. If you open JDK bin folder, there are so many Java tools. Java C, Java debugger, jar signer, jar, etc. So one tool is serial version tool, and your Java compiler uses the serial version tool to generate a unique number, unique long number, whose name is serial version unique ID. So I'll keep it light and simple and clear. Who is going to generate it? Serializer. Okay, the compiler during the and when it will be stamped or when it will be generated, when it will be used at the time of serialization. But now let us go to deserialization. So now I'm giving you, it is already, answer is already here. So deserializer, what is the job of the deserializer? What is the job of that in.readObject method? To reconstruct entire Java graph, Java object graph. So before creating the objects, it will start the class loading. So now you remember, we have given the jar file in the runtime class path. So your deserializer starts the class loading in the in the JVM's metadata. Meta space, method area. Now, when it started loading product.class, at the time of class loading, your deserializer computes once again serial version unique ID based on the Java class it finds. So now put 2 and 2 together. The serial version unique ID number which was computed without transient and with transient. Will these two serial version unique ID match or will there be a mismatch? The two numbers will match or mismatch. Of course, that will mismatch because there is the version of the product class which was used during serialization is different than that using during the deserialization, and that error is detected by invalid class exception. So here I'll give you an analogy. But in order to understand analogy, you should have some basic understanding of TCP, TCP/IP, not IP, TCP, Transmission Control Protocol. So let me check, because guys, you are a crowd of a mixed background. I hope with last few months, you have come to the same level, but there could be some basic differences. So let me ask you, when you talk about transport layer protocols such as TCP, is it reliable or unreliable? TCP, reliable or unreliable? Nobody has a clue? Okay, it is a reliable. Guys, why I'm spending this time? Anyway, in the next week, we are going to start with Advanced Java, where we use the HTTP protocol. You told me you have already connected React frontend to Express. So you know about REST APIs, HTTP, but I'll still revise. Anyway, so the point is, HTTP is sitting on TCP, so this discussion will not go west. So TCP is reliable, definitely. So can anyone tell me what brings the reliability to TCP? What makes the protocol reliable? Anyone wants to answer? Those who don't know, just Google TCP primer and read it. It is definitely worth reading. Yes, anyone? Tell me what makes TCP reliable? No. OSI level data transfer security, all wrong. Not even a one single correct answer. Okay, when the transmitter, checking means what? No, Yogesh is closest, but what I'm not still accepting the answer. Guys, when the sender sends the TCP data packet, what it consists of? TCP header, data bits, and what is sitting at the end of the packet? The checksum, 2 byte CRC checksum. So sender sends this data packet to the receiver. What will receiver do? Checksum is just a computation formula which will use some mathematical polynomial. CRC16 it uses typically. No, directly blindly it will send ACK. Come on. What will receiver do? By directly send an acknowledgement, Mukesh. So wrong. It will recompute the checksum. See, receiver has got the data packet. It will compute the checksum again. And if this checksum matches the incoming checksum, what it will send back? ACK or NACK? NACK is negative acknowledgement. Girish, you have to read the TCP primer. I'm not explaining TCP here. No chance. So then the NACK, if the CRC, if the checksum matches, then the acknowledgement is sent back. If the checksum did not match, NACK is sent back. So same concept they have borrowed from TCP. So come to Java again. The serializer, listen to the statement carefully. Okay, when I say carefully, go to the end of my README. So many things are there. And come towards the end of the file. And I have given you the detailed format of that serialized binary stream, serialized file. So first 2 bytes, your JVM writes it as magic number, which are specific to Java version. Then there is a format number, and then the class description is written. So one of the field in the class description, this is that metadata I was talking about. So fully qualified class name. So if you are not getting it, which is possible, it is an advanced concept. So here, open product.ser. And can you not see? This is nothing but your fully qualified class name, which is appearing in your binary stream. And after that, what is sitting is the serial version unique ID for a particular class. So now let me wrap it up. I don't want to waste your time. So who will compute the serial version unique ID? Your compiler based on the class file, and that is stamped in the binary stream. So this stream is sent from the binary file to the deserializer. Tell me, what will deserializer do? What will deserializer do at its end quickly? It has got the local class files, local.class files from the jar. It will recompute the serial version unique ID based on that local information, and that it will try to match it with the incoming, the one in the binary file. And the moment it finds a mismatch, which is the exception you are getting, invalid class exception will be raised. You understood what I'm saying? So now, let me show you in a confirmed manner all of this. This is little high-tech, little advanced. You may or may not require, but if you know it, it definitely makes you a better programmer than others. I mean, because you know the internals. So now follow the instructions carefully. Go to the serializer, open product.java. Got it? Now, we have been looking at this warning since your exception handling days. So click on that warning. And can you see the various fixes, various options? Choose the second one. Add generated serial version ID. And this is use this option to add compiler generated ID. Okay, so enter this. And tell me, is this number matching with anything which you have seen in the error message? Of course, it is matching with this -12, whatever. Remember the first two digits. Are you getting it? So this is the one which it finds in the binary file. I hope it has started making sense. If not, I'll not repeat it again because it is not that you have to understand. I'm not insisting. Forget it then. So this was the serial version unique ID generated. Now comment this. Okay, you are back to warning. Now make this. Remove this transients. Remove this transient keyword. I'm giving very simple instructions. And now again click on this and again say generated serial version unique ID. Tell me, is this matching with something? It's all a very easy game. It's a very interesting discussion if you get interested in such things. Is it matching with something, guys? The second one. So what you had sent in that jar was the version before we made it transient. So naturally, these two serial version unique ID did not match, and the whole code, I mean the whole deserialization blew up. Are we getting the understand? Are you understanding it? So let us recap it in 1 minute and fix the error. Fixing error is so easy. I just have to update the jar file and supply the compatible version. Story over. So, but let me ask you, who is going to generate? It's a recap. So start answering. Who is going to generate the serial version unique ID for us? Java compiler. Using which tool? It uses the internal tool. Serial version is the name of the tool. Okay. So now, will this serial version unique ID, will it be based on the class structure? 100% yes. If you read my README, I have given in detail what will be the changes which will affect the serial version unique ID. It's a quite detailed README. Okay, so now it is going to be based upon the structure, whether the members are transient or not, whether this particular interface is implemented or not, and likewise. Even if you add the number of constructors, it changes. Okay, so going ahead, is this serial version unique ID, is it going to be stored in that binary file? It's a Boolean question, yes or no. Will this serial version unique ID be stored in that binary file? 100% yes, I showed you. Next one. Now the most important question. Who is going to use this serial version unique ID And for which purpose? Who is going to use this? A deserializer. Very right. During what? During deserialization means during read object method to check the compatibility of the classes. So what will happen is JVM will start loading the classes, and during loading the classes, it will start computing the serial version unique ID. And if the computed local serial version unique ID matches the one from the file, it will continue with the deserialization. If there is a mismatch, the whole process will be aborted, throwing, I see, invalid class exception. Understood something? 5%, 10%? This was the whole idea about the whole, the whole this discussion. So now let us, clear it up. Let us remove this, and then we'll do something more. And then I'm going to discuss a slightly larger assignment, which is kind of a mini project. So of course, I don't expect you to finish it today. Over days you can finish. Anyway, that later. So now follow the instructions. I want to show you the transient. Okay, so make it back transient. Remove all of this. Let's generate it afresh. So just check, because if you make the mistakes in the sets, you'll start getting some different results. So here I said, make the local date, manufacturing date as transient. And here, now let's see, let's keep that serial version unique ID generated. The norm is if you read the details in MyReadMe or anywhere else, people say add the default serial version unique ID, which is +1. But since I wanted to show you the actual values, I'm asking you that. Okay. So has everyone completed this? 2 lines. Make it transient and generate serial version unique ID. Later, I'm going to tell you, make the generated, the default value 1. Now, after this, create a jar, which we had purposefully skipped. So now, we want to now make it all compatible. Everyone knows how to create a jar. Right click. Where is that? Export jar file. Next. You can overwrite the entry. This. Next. Finish. It will ask you, do you want to overwrite it? Say yes. So now tell me, does this jar file have that manufacturer date as transient or non-transient? Transient. So we have applied the changes. Now run the serializer so that we will have the jar file and the binary file compatible. There won't be any changes. It was just a lack of compatibility, guys. So run as a so run this thing. You can give any file name, you know that. Extension typically is this. So you got a products.scr. Always be a cautious developer and check that there is no local date information coming here. Well, how can it come? It is transient. Transient is something which is skipped from serialization. So now product.scr does not have any manufacturer date information, and the jar file which has product.class has it marked as transient. Are we all done here so far? Completed? Okay. Now it is easy. Now copy this file, products.scr, just make it available to Deserializer. Say yes to that. So you have made this available. And you don't have to say once again, change the path. You already, in that runtime class path, product dependency jar is already there, which we have nicely, correctly made it compatible, updated it. And now run the deserializer, not refactor, what is it I'm doing? Run the deserializer with a proper file name, observe and conclude. So take this whole into a notepad. It should not throw you an exception, absolutely not. Now you have taken care of that incompatibility issue. And tell me, are you restoring the complete state of product or only the partial state? partial state. And that is the use case of your transient keyword. So static and transient data members are skipped from serialization, rather skipped during serial. My mistake. So the transient and static members are skipped during serialization, and during deserialization, JVM just initializes them with the default value. And the default value of a local date reference type of a variable is null. So that is why you are getting all other information restored except the transient member. Are we somewhat clear? This is all about serialization and deserialization. So I hope you understood the concept that serializable interface, what happens during serialization, what happens during deserialization, along with when will you get class not found exception, jar creation, invalid class exception, and the concept of a serial version unique ID. So I have packed quite a few things today. So like I said, go over it in your own manner, in the revision time and all that. But I want to do something more now. So is this part reached everyone? Has everyone understood this part? This much, little bit at least. I'm not saying 100%, 10-15% is minimum I want. Okay, so now open the deserializer. Now it is an easy part. Now it is not a difficult part. And so now the main things are done. If I want, let me think. Okay, let's make a copy. So that you know, anytime you want to check this out, let this copy be there. So copy day 19.3 into 19.4. So we'll not disturb this copy. I just made a copy of 19.3 into 19.4. First say Control-Shift-W, close everything. Okay, and now open the actual business, I mean actual work. Open the utils. And now tell me, is this the real return type? Have we really stored object, or have we stored, or have we serialized something else there? A map is getting stored. So I wanted to share all this information. So initially I did not do that. So now change the return type to the correct one, actual one, which is map of integer, comma product. Oh, and you will see no default proposal. Anyone wants to tell me why I'm not getting product class here? I realized my mistake. I want you to realize it. Import. No. Here, I said, when I say control space, it tells me to import. Import is a wrong answer. Prashant, you think a little bit. I did not understand you, Sumit. Okay, let us not waste your important time. I mean, lab time. Here we made a copy. So is it existing in the path? It is not existing in the class path. I don't think so. Oh, it is actually existing. I take it back. So there should be a product.class, then something else is missing. Let's find out what. I thought it is not there in the class path, so I was making those statements. Oh, stupid mistake. Map was not imported, so it was giving me. I went completely off track. I thought it is because of that class path was not copied. Class path was copied. So ignore what I said. Product. So integer, comma product, all fine. And now you have a compiler error. Did you realize what my real mistake was? Map, I had not done it. So it was giving me the problem and it was not working with even import of product. So here, what is it I'll have to do to remove the compiler error? Hash map is an object, but is object a hash map? No. So what is it you'll have to do? Tell me. When you go down when you're climbing down the hierarchy, of course you have to do the typecasting, downcasting. So just copy this and add a cast here. But when you add this typecast, just take the cursor over this and you will have a type safety warning. It will tell you that what your read object method is returning is an object, which is a raw data type. It's not generic, and you are assigning it to your generic type. But such warnings we can ignore because in serialization, we have stored the map of this type. So how do you tell the compiler? Suppress warnings. Click on that. And here, take the third one from the last. Suppress warning unchecked. And compiler will suppress that particular warning. This is a cast from raw type, non-generic object type to generic type. That's why the warning. You tell me whenever you have done these changes. This thing, don't do it hash map. You'll get an error. Map is not a hash map. Hash map is a map. So downcast it to map. Okay. And now tell me, is it good to return a null value in place of a map, or is it a better suggestion to return an empty map in case there is no file? Empty map is. Earlier I did not have anything. I did not have the empty object, but now I can do better. So I can say return new hash map and do the job. Done the changes? I'll wait here till you say so, till you finish. And now go to tester, store product details. So this part is same. Enter the file name and all this part is same. Remove this SOP. Now I know it is a map. I have already downcasted it to the map. And then you can use your for each. You know, map, you can attach a higher order function for each. So simply display k comma v. Attach the lambda and get the job done. So I'll say, so this is a end-to-end serialization already completed with the deserialization. And when you run this, you should see, instead of those curly braces and everything coming in the next line, one line and all, you should see the product details restored correctly from the map. Correctly from the binary file using deserialization. So is it working for everyone? Anyone facing any issues? So this was the complete discussion on serialization. Error, you're getting some error. Somebody said error at return hash map. Come on,
Yes,
Girish.
ma'am.
It's
Return
not
hash map.
expected. This, I said hash map is a map, but map is not a hash map. That time itself, I warned you. You have to give the cast of this. Give the cast of a map and return a new hash map. And I'll send you the code. Wait, now don't disturb in between. I'll send you the code. Wait a second. I'll send you code, Girish. I told you, be a little patient and compare it. It's just a compiler error. So, I sent it to guys. Don't send me DM because then I end up sending the message, this thing. Only that. Please put a direct public chat message. I've sent serialization IUtils. Girish, download it and fix your error. If you can't, after I have the discussion on the assignment, I'll ask you to share the screen. So wait for a while. So majority has tried it and it looks like working. So now, in the meantime, I was just working at your today's larger assignment, which is not an assignment actually, it is kind of a mini project. Just a second, I'll open that. Let me see if I've made all the changes. Yeah, I have made the changes. I'm sending you a modified one. Later, I'll also upload it on Google Drive. Yeah. Can you, again, I sent it to one of you. No, I've not sent you guys. Wait a second. Yeah. I've sent it to everyone. So go to the, download it, go to the end of the file, day 19. You got it? The updated one? Okay. So open that. And the fourth point, fresh assignment. And because I said mini project, because it involves all the things which you have learned earlier, almost like all the things. And first, read it completely on your own for the next 5-6 minutes or whatever time you require. And then we'll discuss it and you will start solving it whenever you want. Like it is going to continue for next maybe 1 or 2 days. Shall I create the entire zip while you are reading it? People looks like require it. Day 19.4. I'll zip it in case anyone wants it. Later, I'll upload all of it on Google Drive. The latest one which I did, I'm sending you in case you want it. Like you're going to tell me whenever you finish reading so we can discuss and you can start working on it as soon as possible. Assignment file. Okay, Nilesh, I'll send you again. Yeah. Again, I have sent it to one of you. Sorry. Yeah, download it and open it, Elish. Whenever I send you things, immediately download and first keep it so that you won't be like lagging behind. Okay, Ragini is saying she has read it. I'm waiting for majority to finish reading. Then only I can start the discussion. Okay, does anyone want me to wait before I start discussing the requirement? A minute? Okay, Hirish, I'll wait here for you. Yeah, Akshata, I'm waiting. You let me know and I'll continue because I don't want you to miss any discussion. Done? Can I continue? Can I start discussion? Okay. So what we are building here is a simplified version. We are not doing a very extensive projects that you'll be anyway doing in your real projects. But this is just to give you some dry run or warm up kind of a thing. So it is a typical library management. Only thing is, yeah, so see, this will give you a clue. So collection framework, knowing you know that it's the most important topic. And other important topic in IO, the last one which we did is serialization, deserialization. So this is going to include all the important stuff and will give you better confidence that you can really write longer applications. So I have given this first read only this much, and then you have read it. So now I'll start asking you questions. So let me phrase the question. When are you going to save the book details into a binary file? Answer is already there. I just want to see whether you have comprehended, whether you have understood my question. I said, when are you going to save the book details into a binary file? Wrong answer, Prashant. Just before termination. Meaning, listen to the question. See, actually I have not given the roles and all that. But you can always imagine. I'm not asking you because then requires log authentication, role-based authorization, which we will do, but in advanced Java. Okay, Spring Security you're going to learn. Anyway, so coming back to point, one is, let's say, librarian, a bookkeeper, and others are the users. Are you understanding the roles I'm talking about? I said the roles are librarian and the normal user. So am I expecting that? Have I added that authentication authorization? Absolutely not. That will be really, then it won't be a mini kind of a thing. Anyway, so anyone wants to tell me under which role you will be able to add the books? Librarians this or the users? Pretty easy question. Librarians. The admin. You can think of it as an administrator, librarian kind. So actually, when we do it in advanced Java, we will have a proper login. And when the user logs in as an administrator, then only he can access certain resources. There would be protected resources in the web application and all that. It's going to be extremely interesting. So coming back to the point, that check we have not added here. So my question is, the moment librarian adds a book, either a totally new book or an existing book, but more copies. Suppose thinking in Java is very famous. So all the copies are issued out and students are or users are demanding. So I have to pump in, I have to buy some more books and put it in the library. So likewise. So the question is, the moment new books are added in the library, are you going to save them in, your choices are, in a collection or in a binary file? I'll repeat the question slowly. The moment any book is added to the library, where are you going to add it in? In a collection or in a file? You are absolutely, at least your understanding is right. You are going to have a collection, and that memory-based collection, RAM-based collection, heap-based collection will reflect the changes. Similarly, when I say, remove all the old books from the library, so you will be only removing them from that memory-based, heap-based collection. And when are the only two triggers when you will be reading and writing the file? This is what I was asking you. So when will you have, when will you call that write data or store data kind of a method? Just before terminating the app. But guys, now see, the whole idea about this files and all is for persistence. So suppose I have already got 20 books in my library. I would have saved it in the binary file. So when are you going to perform restoring of the books is equal to deserialization? In the beginning or in the end phase? In the initialization phase of the application or in the shutdown phase of the application? In the init phase, initialization phase, or in the beginning? So the file access will be exactly once. You will be reading, you will be performing deserialization right in the beginning, and you will be performing serialization right at the end and just before shutting down the application. So is this paragraph clear? This takes care of your IO. Okay, so now tell me, because sometimes you get confused by the statements I make, or maybe all the time you get confused. Okay, so the point I'm trying to say is, for solving this mini project or assignment, are you going to create two separate projects, one for serialization, one for deserialization, or only one single project? Two or one? Confused. Your confusion is evident. Guys, when you say in the same application, you are going to perform serialization and deserialization, which two projects are you talking about? You are going to write everything in one single project. That I created two separate projects to show you the exceptions, such as class not found exception, invalid class exception, etc. But solving this assignment will be done. Let us give it a name, Day 19 Lab, or LMS, Library Management System, or something. Everyone is clear? I was afraid of that. That's why I'm asking you all these questions. You will have one single project, and that you will start developing in steps. Understood me completely? Everyone is clear? Okay. Now let's go ahead. So many people are telling me, either on direct messages or whatever, that we are kind of understanding, kind of. They are not saying all understanding, but kind of understanding, but unable to implement. So guys, this is your golden chance to do everything from scratch and check whether where you are types, measure your own level kind of a thing. So now tell me, if this is the question, how will you start? Naturally, you won't start developing this. Anyone wants to tell me what will be the first step towards development? This is like a project walkthrough. Okay, so tell me. Yes. So you have to start from the core class. So I have given you the details. So here, so I think people are pretty clear. Only thing I have not written, I don't want an old API hereafter, local date. When I take you to JDBC database and all, I'll say differently, but it is going to be local date. Everyone got me? So I think there is nothing great about here. I mean, standard stuff. Title, you can replace it by ISBN. Book category, a typical enum. You can have fiction, science, sci-fi, whatever, health, yoga, anything. So price, published date, author name, your favorite books you can add, and the quantity. Okay. And the moment I say book title is the primary key, Sorry, I missed something. Okay, so this is the first step. Purposefully, I'm not giving it writing, because if I give you the hand holding spoon feeding, then your thinking process stops. So everyone can identify it. And when you say this, which is the data structure which comes to your mind? I mean, there are so many choices. You have learned lists, you have learned sets, you have learned map. So which is the easiest one, fastest one? A hash map. And initially written it as a hash map, but then I discarded it and I've said, okay, let it come from you. So now I have a next question. The moment we say hash map revolves around hashing algorithm based on hash coded equals. So which methods will you override out of hash coded equals in the book class? I'm saying this is the revision of everything you have learned. Answer is none. Very right. Why? Because what is going to be book? Is it going to be key type or is it going to be value type? Just give me a minute. I'll be back. You think about it. In a second, I'll be back. I'm so sorry. So yeah, we were talking about overriding. Yeah. So it is a hash map based on key and a value. So which class will have to implement or rather fulfill the contract between hash code and equals? Key class or a value class? Key class. And what will be the type of the key class of your hash map? Already the answer is in front of you. What will be the type of the key of your this string? I've already said book title, or even if you choose book ISBN, it is string. And string class has already implemented the, honored the mandatory and the optional branch. So all the statements clear. Everyone can visualize book class, standard constructor, toString, etc. So this is your book class. Here, I could have made it again a bigger, more than mini, and validation rules and all. So I have not given validation rules because focus is on collection and IO. Can you mute all, please? So now, once you look at this, okay, I have said something here. You have to pick up the points. Wait a second. Yeah, for the first time when you are launching the app, will there be any binary file to load the data from? Answer is no. So here, I don't want you to struggle. And people, I have seen you doing that. Every time you are showing me something, you are starting from scratch. Guys, add the sample data. So at least add some 4, 5, 6 books in your library, as in your hash map, and load the sample data from here. So if I talk in code, I'll help you by talking in code. Of course, you'll be writing collection utils, IO utils, and all that. And your restore books or whatever, restore library data or something, it will, if the file doesn't exist in this else branch, will you be giving me an empty hash map? Option 1. Populated hash map from a binary file? Option 2. Or populated hash map with sample data? Option 3. Or none of above? Understood what I said? See, I'm trying to reconnect, relate it with the code. You're absolutely right. In this case, you will give me only for the first time. Because once this data is stored in the binary file, next time onwards, you will be in this if branch and you will be giving me from the restored data from the binary file. I hope it makes sense. The statements are making sense. So that will tell you. So you have got a book class. You are definitely going to come through exceptions. So create some suitable custom exception classes. Validation rules such as the book ISBN category, all I'm skipping. Anytime you want, you can always add a validation rule. Currently, I'm not asking for them. And then I want to have that collection utils having sample data. And will you need to write IO utils? Of course, yes. Which are the two methods you will add in IO utils? Two methods you'll be writing. Of course, store and restore. And in store method, what will you use? Serialization or deserialization? Which are the classes? ObjectOutputStream or ObjectInputStream? This is a revision. Which is the class you'll use? ObjectOutputStream. Which is the method you will use? Write object or read object? Of course, write object. Everyone is clear? So similarly, you will be writing restore library data or whatever, restore books. And then you will be using ObjectInputStream, deserialization and everything. Okay, so I hope your picture is getting clearer. I mean, the concept of how you're going to design. So your book class is in order, your custom exceptions are done, collection utils is done, IO utils is done. Are you clear? I mean, about the design. I'm not saying, of course, the answer is you will try, but at least some visualization is there or not. Okay, everyone can visualize, fine. Now come to the actual tester where you have UI, user interface. So everyone knows now, outermost structure, try with resources. Then inside you have a while loop, Boolean exit condition, etc. So I'll not waste your precious time in that. Now read this one and check whether you will be able to solve it. I'll discuss it in a minute. So here, now this will be later authorized, authenticated and all that. In short, the librarian, she will have to log in. And once her role, there will be role table, user table, everything will be doing in advanced Java with database, not with binary files. Here it is binary. So coming back to the point, right now, no checking. So only thing you will accept from the user book details, including the quantity. So all these things I have written, and store the book detail in the data structure. So just tell me, which are the methods will you use? You told me hash map. I want to give you maximum practice of hash map before we enter advanced Java. Put method. But how will you check first? Book title exists or not, contains key. It's a similar one we had tried earlier. So that is easy. Now, if the book title is present, that means what it means? There are lesser copies. I as a librarian, I want to order more copies. So what will you ask user? Will you ask user all the other details or will you just ask for quantity? You'll simply ask for quantity and then here, you'll just update the quantity. I'll talk in numbers. Suppose you are having head first Java. You already have 10 copies and user says head first Java and you asking more, how many more copies? Let's say 5. So just update the quantity. Understanding the requirement? Okay, so which will be the method you will use? Suppose contains key returns you true. What will you call then? Do a little bit of thinking. You just have to update the quantity of the existing book. Exactly, set quantity. But before that, guys, you'll have to say get, right? You'll have to get it and then you can get the existing quantity. So get quantity plus new quantity and set it. I think you are on the right track. I think everyone can manage. Try it out, otherwise we are there to help you. So this is done. Display all the books in the library. So you have a hash map, not iterable, but do we have a higher order function such as for each? We have. So you can do that in a minute. In a minute, it will be over. You can say this way, I can make it this way. Okay, why make it less? Display all available books. That is the quantity whose quantity is not 0. Then, so you'll have to do a little bit of checking. So here you can do the filter and all that. You can do it the way you like. Unfortunately, if you have not understood functional streams, I'm allowing you to write it in an imperative style manner. Just give me the solution. So when I say available books, what is it? Simple for each will not work. What is the first thing you will have to do? A filter. Are you understanding what I'm saying? So you'll have to filter. If the quantity of the book is greater than 0, then only display it. Understanding or last? Clear or last? Got it? I just made it runtime decision. Even I have not like thought of it. So available books means whose quantity is naturally greater than 0. So that way. Now here a user comes in and says, okay, this is the book I want to issue out. So the primary key, book title. If the book is found, we are not doing the bulk order or something. We're just reducing one quantity by one, update the quantity. So here, of course, I did not write something. The issue of the book, if the book is found, update the quantity. Otherwise, there are two possibilities. User gave you a book title, which is not there at all. So then I want to see book doesn't exist, or whatever book you have, you don't have it in library. Or book is there as a part of database, but quantity has reduced to 0. So you have to give a message differently. No issue, no copies left. Try after some time. Understanding me? Are you understanding the two problems? Book not found is different than book is not available. So see, now today is 19th day in Java. So I don't think I have to elaborate more. So that is why I've just written throw a suitable custom exception. I should see a proper error message. Returning a book is easy kind of a thing. Book title. User might just misspell the book title, then you can't increase the quantity. Otherwise, book is getting returned. So simply update the quantity. Otherwise, you can say that, okay, which book you're talking about, I don't know, kinds. Can you manage this? I mean, are you understanding all of it discussed so far? Okay, next one. This is just again, collection part of it. If you want to do this, remove old books. Nobody wants to read old books and also here, and the criteria is published date. So all the books which are published before the specific date have to be removed. So tell me, how will you do this? Remove if, very right. But guys, can you attach a remove if to a map? Remove if is it a method of a map? No, whose method exactly? Convert it into collection. So map dot values dot remove if, etc. Give the predicate and manage it. And somebody had asked me, I forgot the name. I am bad with names. Somebody had asked me that if you remove it from collection, how it is getting reflected in the map? Because guys, whenever you make a change in the collection view, it is backed up by the map. So don't worry, the changes will be done in the map automatically. And anytime you add more books in the map, they will be reflected in the collection. And before terminating, you know what you have to do? You have to persist. So you just have to save the book details using serialization, and that will be it. Getting some idea? I mean, are you feeling confident that at least you'll be able to try it? Is everyone feeling confident? At least for trying purpose. Yes. So start working on it and give it a try. Like I said, guys, tomorrow we have to start with threads. I can't delay advanced Java, I mean, much later. Otherwise, we'll have to hurry in advanced Java, which is totally not done types. So tomorrow and day after 100% threads. But this assignment you keep on parallelly solving in the labs. Wherever you get stuck, we will definitely help you. So now start working. Whatever you don't understand, wherever you get stuck, involve any of us. Start. I made some changes, right? I'll upload it. What I'll do is I'll create a day 19 lab data and upload it on this. You continue. And in between, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Yeah, I have uploaded it on our Google Drive, day 19 lab data, which has that mini project description and the day 19.3, 19.4, whatever changes we have done, I have already uploaded.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, tell me.
Ma'am, I found an error when I run ZAR file in CMD. Can I share my screen?
Yeah, please.
Okay, ma'am.
I didn't understand what you said, actually.
Is it visible, ma'am?
Yeah, it is visible.
Ma'am, when I run this
Yeah,
ZAR
that
file,
means,
yes,
you
ma'am.
have not set the path on the first few days when I had told you very long time back. Just say this thing, your JDK bin folder should be in the path. Otherwise, you can't access any of it. Can you go to path? Environment variables, system. Yeah, go to that path.
New.
नहीं path है ना वहाँ पे. Just click on that. You can see under OS, system variables, OS के नीचे path.
Either.
No. अरे system variables. This one, Himanshu. Yeah, path. Under that,
Okay.
yeah, click on
Yes.
that path and say edit. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So I cannot see. Do you have any? Can you see any JDK bin? No, I can't see anything. Okay. Go to your. Let this be. Open the folder structure, file structure, and show me where is your JDK bin in Java installed. JDK installed. Go to that, and we'll copy that. Bin.
Bin.
Copy that path. Go to our no. Yeah, top. Go to the top and copy that. Control C and paste it there. Yeah, so just say new there, new.
Wait.
Right click, there is a button there, new. Control V and shift
Yes,
it
ma'am.
all the way up, move up. No, move up. First entry has to be that,
Okay.
all the way up.
Move up.
Yeah, okay. Okay, it all the way. We had discussed, we had given this instruction in the first day.
Yes,
Anyway,
ma'am.
yeah, you must have changed it or something.
Yes, ma'am.
Anyway, now exit from this command prompt and open it once again. Another one.
Close.
Yeah, close and open once again. Then on the path will get changed.
Yes,
Of
ma'am.
CMD. Yeah, you can write. Just say jar and press enter. Let's see whether it is available. Yeah. So now you can say jar TVF and all that. Jar space TVF space whatever that. Tab it. You can simply say tab. Tab. Press tab.
Yes, ma'am.
Enter. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Got it. Thank you,
Yeah,
ma'am.
that jar path was missing.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, sure. So if there are any specific questions for me, such things. do let me know. Otherwise, in another 5 minutes, I'm logging off. Okay, so I don't think there are any new questions coming up. Do give it a try. Can we also read and write from multiple files simultaneously? Yes, you can open. So you can pass, and whenever you want, suppose you want 2 files to be opened, you will have 2 file class, file readers, file writers, depending on, or file input streams, and you can do that. Simultaneously is not possible without threads. If you have multiple threads, one thread can manage one file, other thread can manage others. But in one application, you can open multiple files and read and write. Got me, Ankit? Answer to your question is yes. So that will be all. Try starting with that larger assignment or mini project, and wherever you get stuck, do take help from us. That will be all. See you tomorrow.